Hello. Oh, there we go. That's fish on. This does not look like a bream. Good evening. Welcome back to Frugal Outdoors with myself, Dylan, and we're out fishing. But I haven't been fishing for 2 weeks. We've been on holiday, we've been to France and back, and I'm absolutely buzzing to be out. And hopefully we're going to get into a couple of fish tonight. We're going to keep it relatively simple tonight. I'm fishing in the Solent. I'm fishing in between Fort Victoria and Norton Wall, which is a nice shingle beach, which I haven't really fished that much, but I am hoping there's going to be a couple of fish. But like I say, I'm keeping it very simple. I'm going to chuck out a scratching rig. I'm going to chuck out a pulley pennel. I've got some squid and I've got some mackerel. That's it. So nice and easy. Sit down, get some baits in the water. Hopefully some fish will come along. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, who knows. But without further ado, let's get some rods set up, show you some rigs, show you some bait, and hopefully get into a fish or two. See you in a sec. Right, there we go. So rods are all set up, using my standard setup as usual, pretty much as always, which is my 2 Daiwa rods and my 2 Shimano reels, Shimano Power Aeros, which I bought second hand, but they're fantastic fixed spool reels. People often say, why don't I have a go with multipliers? And well, because I don't feel that I need to really. I'm quite comfortable and confident with using fixed spools, and it means I don't have to untangle any unwanted bird's nests. So that's what I'm using tonight, and hopefully we can get a fish. But yeah, I'm really excited to be out. So I haven't been fishing for over 2 weeks. We did go to France, which was amazing, with all of the kids, 4, but that's 2 for me and 2 for Daisy. And I did take my fishing gear. I managed to get an hour and a half in, and I caught the biggest garfish I've ever seen. Didn't film it because I just wanted to enjoy a bit of fishing really, and some sort of family time, quiet family time. It was absolutely stunning. So I'm on detox now. So I've drank a lot of wine, I've eaten a lot of cheese, and I've eaten far too many baguettes. But let's get some rigs on, shall we? So, scratching rig, I'll chuck this out first. One of the same rigs that I use quite often. Well, I've used it on my last couple of sessions anyway, only because I've made a few of them up. I don't know if I'll make them again. They're a bit of a faff, to be honest. Like I've always said, a lot of you will know this, I do like to keep my rigs quite simple. As you can see now, this is just super tangled. I generally fish quite heavy. So these have got 15-pound snoods on, which we'll see. I mean, I had a few fish on them, but generally I keep them a bit heavier because you never know what you're going to pick up. And I'd like to get whatever I do pick up, I'd like to try and get it in. So there's definitely a chance of a hound out of here tonight. There's definitely a chance of a bream. And what else might come up really? There may be some mackerel later. I did just get some leads out, there's one. There might be some mackerel will turn up later. So I've got, it's a 1 up. No, it's a 2 up. It's been a while. It's a 2 up, 1 down, and both the 2 ups are on pop-ups. So I've literally, like I say, I've got 2 mackerel there, cracking sea baits, slamfish Isle of Wight, down by Odessa Boatyard. So I've got 2 of those, and I've literally got a pound pack, 1 pound pack of squid. That's it. That's all I'm using tonight. Like I said, I do want to try and keep it relatively simple. So I am going to just fish with this rig or something similar on my lighter of the 2 rods all night. And on the heavier one, I am going to fish more than likely a pulley all night with 3 O's. These ones have just got size 2 canoes on. Oh yeah, man, I'm really excited to be out. It's nice. It's surprising how how much you miss it really when you're not getting out. I only get out once a week. I get out twice a week if there's a comp, because that's on a weekend, but generally I do not fish the weekends. It's always a Tuesday or a Wednesday. So tides, got to suck it and see really. Tides are what the tides are really. Tide turned about an hour ago here. So we have got, I think high tide is about 11. So I've got probably like 4-ish hours before high tide. And like I say, I am fishing close to Fort Victoria, but not actually on Fort Victoria. So it is going to get tidal here when that tide turns. Hopefully I can fish through it. Hopefully I can just dump one in close. Maybe see if there's a bass around or something. I'm not targeting as such. I mean, you know, I say this all the time. If people that say they're not targeting, they're fibbing. I mean, I'm hedging my bets. I know what I would like to catch. Hence I'm using these small rigs. It would be nice to catch a bream. But likewise, I'd just be happy to catch anything tonight, really. It's beautiful. There's hardly a breath of wind. So what I've done is I've got 2 strips for the 2 top hooks on the pop-up. And because squid head is a little bit heavier, I'm going to put that on the bottom. And I'm just going to bind that up. Yeah, it's definitely a chance of a conger eel, chance of a bass. I mean, I had my best thornback ray from here, not here exactly, but just further up. So there's definitely a chance might be able to get a ray. It is so still. Quite eerie, actually. The Waverley was going past earlier as well on my way home. Got out of work, drove straight home. Well, I didn't drive straight home, that's a lie. I went to the tackle shop to get some bait. Had a little natter, see what's been going on, see what's been fishing. And I've come completely somewhere else just because I'm stubborn like that. There we are, all baited up. Strip of squid on the top, another one on the middle, which are both on the pop-ups. I just got a nice squid head on the bottom, 6-ounce gripper. Let's chuck it out and see how we get on. My finger stall is so crusty where I haven't been out for quite a while. But let's chuck this one out. Hopefully we can pick up a bream. The water looks absolutely beautiful. It's very still, but that tide is running. Don't let it deceive you, because it is running out there really quite hard. I'm just gonna let a stack of line out. Yeah, I think we're down. Oh, there we go. Let's hopefully catch a fish. Oh, don't think. I don't think it's going to take very long for it to get dark tonight. Such a shame. I know so many people that really quite like it when it starts getting darker, because they can, you know, it's nighttime fishing pretty much all the time. Whereas I got to be honest, I'm quite a fan of fishing in daylight hours. I know the fishing's not as good, but, and I'm not going to do that, you know, it's not all about the fishing, but, you know, in all honesty, it's just a nicer time to be fishing in the daytime. It's nicer to look around, it's nicer to see your surroundings. Yes, the fishing isn't as good, but still catch fish, just not as many. So yeah, Urquy we were in France, which is in Brittany, and just around the corner is like the biggest scallop port in Europe, I believe. So See, I didn't eat any scallops, but I did eat a lot of mussels. Right. Pulley, really simple pulley. It's quite a short one. It's probably only about 2 foot long, something like that, just over 2 foot. And then that enables me to have a 2 foot hook length, £60 all the way through. I've got 3 O's on that with a 2O full circle hook. So what should we put on? Do I start off with double squid, or do we start off with some mackerel? Let's start off with a piece of mackerel, why not? Yeah, I thought I'd change it. Like I said, I've never fished this part of the beach before. It's harder to hit the deeper water because it's further out. So I'm not even entirely certain that I'm actually going to be hitting it or not. It didn't feel like it dropped for very long a minute ago. But, you know, you never know. There's got to be something out there, isn't there? Let's put out a reasonable size hunk of mackerel. So I'm only using my scissors, basically because I can't be bothered to get my knife out. I'm just running the blade of my scissors down the backbone to cut that off. Top and bottom, there we go. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to just snip that a little bit. So basically I've just chopped off the tail, the cone end. It's all flesh, and then I've just snipped it open. So basically when I wrap it, it's all the flesh is all out. Pop that back in the box. Yeah, it's kind of, it's always quite difficult when you come back off a holiday, just to get back into the swing of things. Straight back to work. So yeah, we only got back Sunday. Got back Sunday night, drove down to Dorset on Monday, and back to work yesterday, and it is Wednesday tonight, so I'm still quite tired. If I don't get a bite on that rig, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to rig up another rig just without the pop-ups. It's quite interesting. Some people swear by pop-ups. Some people would rather have their bait on the bottom, whether it's for bream or any sort of species, really. I know like garfish and mackerel will pick up a pop-up. There's definitely a chance of maybe picking something like that up today. So I did have a garfish. Biggest garfish I've ever seen. And that was on this rig, this exact same rig. Haven't made any fresh rigs whatsoever. All old rigs. Let's just get out and have a fish. But there we go, that is all wrapped. Look at that. That's the tail end, look. And you see the backbone there, down the center, that's the bloodline. And there's actually blood juices coming out of that. So that's actually a really nice bait to chuck out. Just put that circle hook in the top, just like so. Let's get a lead on it. Right, let's get this one out as well, shall we? Right, that one on the right has definitely moved. So I'm going to stick this one over to the left a little bit. Let's give it a little bit of heave-ho. It'd be nice when the tide comes in. Like I say, it's quite big tides. I mean, we've got full moon, no moons, I think, actually, at the moment. Let's just try and... There we go, that's out there. Oh, yeah. Happy with that. There we are, both rods are out. So I'm going to get another 3 hook out, I think. So the other one is a Wessex style rig, which means the very bottom snood is running off the bottom of the rig body. I'll show you in a minute, which means it's on a running ledger. But essentially, what's he got? He's walking over. What do you got? But this one is literally a 2-up, standard 2-up, 1-down rig. It's a plain hook on the bottom, we've got a pop-up on the top, and we've got some plain glowy beads in the middle. Thought I might have been getting a bite then. So I'm just going to bait that up with some more squid, I think. I did have another bit of squid out somewhere. Yeah, so I'm just baiting this up again, just with squid, little strips of squid. I mean, I spoke to the chap earlier, he said he was getting some bites on his first couple of casts, which implies it might be bream. A little bit late getting down, to be honest. I would have liked to have got out a little bit earlier, try and get a little bit more of the daylight, but oh, well, do you know what? It's just nice being out. And there we go, another one baited up, ready to go. I do like the way that this one sits in the water. That air surf just sits so nicely. I do like to get a little bit of a bend on the rod. I quite like it. It's nothing, I don't know anything about rods, but I just like it. I like the way it sits. I like the way it looks in the rod stand. I like that it's got a little bit of a J curve at the top. Yeah, great. Right, come on then, fish. Where are you? Right, I think I'm gonna have a look at this first one. It's probably been out there for about 20 minutes-ish. Something like that. I'm fishing quite heavy, fishing 25-pound main line. And hopefully I can get it up. Oh, there's that ledge, there we go. 25-pound main line, I've got a 60-pound leader. Like I say, the tide's quite low at the moment, so it will be flooding in. There'll be quite a bit more water in here later. But so far, so good. I got one back. So I can live with that. I thought I had a bite on this earlier, so let's have a look. And yeah, no bait on the top two. Squid head is still on there. So let's chuck this other one out. I'm gonna get another pulley pennel out as well. I think I'm gonna put a double squid on it because, like I say, there's definitely a chance. I haven't got any, oh, that was bound to happen, wasn't it? I haven't got any crab with me tonight, but there's definitely still a chance of picking up a smooth hound on squid. So especially this time of year, there is some squid out there. There's squid showing. Chatting to a young chap, George. Hope you're doing all right, mate. And he said he was going squidding tonight. So going up to Ryde Pier, I think he said. So hopefully he'll get into a couple, but it means they're out there. So other fish are going to be feeding. So I think the main food source is now. Let's get this out. Yeah, as I was saying before I walked off camera, I think the main food sources at the moment are going to be squid and mackerel because they're both in the water at the moment. And obviously the spider crabs aren't peeling anymore. Doesn't mean fish won't take it, but it's about trying to use the baits that fish are actually feeding on at the moment, which is going to be sand eels. It's going to be stuff like pouting. So if you do catch a pouting tonight, I am going to use it. But I'd imagine that's going to be when it gets dark, which is probably going to be in about an hour-ish, an hour and a half maybe. Yeah, let's rebait that one. I'm going to get another bait sorted for this one. Yeah, and then, like I say, the sun, I mean, the sun is beautiful over there. It's really quite red sky. So it is going to be getting darker a lot sooner. Don't like it. Oh, I drove to work this morning, it was 13 degrees. Now, obviously, when you come out of winter, you don't moan about 13 degrees because it's still double figures, but it's positively chilly. Oh. All right, I got some weed. Actually, I was going to use a double squid, but I won't bother because it's actually quite big. No, what is that? Is that weed? Yeah, it's got to be. Didn't have much weed on the other line, to be honest. So I'm just going to put out a whole squid. It's the one that I'm going to be bringing in a minute anyway. I'm just popping it on my bait tool. And just going to fold the head back on itself. Jesus Christ, that's cold. So like all the tentacles are going back up the body just to make it a little bit more streamlined. Bind that on, and then I've got 2 rigs for each rod. We'll have one baited at all times. Try and maximise my fishing tonight. I know everyone pretty much does it. Always has a second rig ready for each rod, or even just maybe a spare rig to go in between the 2 rods, depending on how you're fishing. But I must admit, I didn't used to do it when I first started. Whoops. And now I do. But I did want to say thank you again for everyone's support on this little journey. It's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it. I really enjoy making the videos. Sometimes it can get a bit tiring, but I do try to always post that one video every week. I'm no pro. I've never claimed to be an excellent angler or anything like that. I've got lucky a few times. I think the thing is with fishing, yes, you can hedge your bets, but let's face it, there's an awful lot of luck involved with fishing. You can go to the right spot with the right bait where somebody's been catching loads of fish the day before and you won't catch a thing. There we are. Beautiful. Look at that. Look how neat that is. Hey? Not bad for an amateur. Yeah, that one there now is off to the left, so obviously we've got a bit of movement out here. I'm going to stick this one off to the right, but I've got them both back so far, which is really good. That's a great start. As sad as it sounds, but it is nice to get them back. And I'm catching a ledge. I am catching a ledge on the way in, so I know that I'm getting over a ledge, which means I'm definitely into a little bit of deeper water. And I'm casting out way past the pier there, so I should be into some decent water. Let's get this one out. Got a bit of a bank here, which doesn't make life very easy. Try and keep my rod up high. There we go. Oh, he's just running to pick up a fish. I definitely saw that. Is he into it? Yeah, his tide is pulling quite hard now. Hopefully they won't cross. Cast that one quite a bit to the right, probably about 1 o'clock. And it's swinging around already. It's already past 12, towards 11. So hopefully we won't get a tangle. Yeah, he's into a fish. That's so cool. Guy's caught a bream. I was having a chat to him. He watches the channel as well. So well done, buddy. Well happy for you. That's so cool. Yeah, we said if any of us catches a bream, we'll just shout up and down. And he's just had one. Awesome. Yeah, wicked. I knew I should have fished the ball. Oh, well, hopefully we can get a bite down here as well. But yeah, I'm quite a little bit concerned. I'm using this night line, but the light is a little bit funny at the moment. They're very close together. But it's quite unusual for that tide to be going right to left so early in the tide. Obviously, as the tide comes in, it's quite a big tide, as I was saying. As the tide comes in, it whips around this corner and then you get this nice big swirl. So obviously it makes it quite hard to fish, but it does mean there's a lot of movement in the water as well. which is epic. That sun has literally just dropped. Yeah, come on, fish it. Oh, I'm chuffed for the guy, man. He is well happy. Hello. Oh, there we go. That's fish on. This does not look like a bream. Much more like a hound on a tiny, tiny hook. Oh, it's hit that other line. Oh no. Oh, it just came off. Oh, it just came off in a big way. Oh, it was wrapped up in my other line. Oh. 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 Lost the lead. Dragging it up my other line. Lost my lead. Lost 1, 2. Well, that was the hook length it was on, I imagine. Oh, mate. Okay. Yeah, that was a hound. Oh. I did say, didn't I? I said I think my lines are too close together. Damn, and blast. All right, let's get this out. Let's get that one baited up. Yeah, wrapped up. I could feel it rubbing on the other line. I could see it bouncing away. To begin with, I thought it was just a really nice bream bite. And I reeled into it. So, oh no, got ourselves a decent fish. Oh well. So yeah, if you'd like to see more missed fish, then please don't forget to subscribe. It doesn't cost anything, and you get to see this sort of amazing content from a class fisherman. So I've got squid on a tuet flapper ready to go again, and then I've got a whole squid out there, and then I've got squid on that as well. So hopefully covering all the bases really for smooth hound, bass, bream. But yeah, totally destroyed, look. So that one's come off. That's where my lead was, totally snapped. And I've lost 2 hooks as well. One of them undoubtedly is in a fish. Right, let's get these tip lights on. It is starting to get a little bit darker. I'm going to need to set a light up in a minute. Get some light on this situation. So yeah, missed that bite. Felt like it was on there, but then it was not. So yeah, there we go. Hopefully, like I say, we've had a couple of bites. It's a good sign. Be really nice to get something though. Wow, it's pretty much properly dark now. Like I say, it's always a little bit lighter on the camera, but yeah, we're pretty much there. Oh, I'm a bit gutted, I've got to be honest. Gutted I lost that hound. I assume it was a hound, but you can't win them all. I mean, crikey, the last time, my last outing with Nick, it picked my bait up, then went down, picked his line up, and he reeled in my fish, essentially. I didn't even realise until right at the end. It's pay more attention, focus a little bit more on the fishing. Take it seriously, Dylan. No one will ever take you seriously as a fisherman. Finally. Look like a bite, anyway. Sit in your hands. Let's finish baiting this up. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, wrapped up here. Alright, we got something. I reckon it's a hound. It's got some weight, that's for sure. Definitely got some weight. Trying to keep it away from my other rod because definitely moving with the tide. Oh, it just came off. Oh, he's joking. Oh, it just came off. Oh, oh, yoy, yoy. I mean, in all fairness, I've got quite small hooks there. Oh, damn. Oh, mate. Not talking for a minute or two. Yeah, miffed. Deep. It's not really the right word. Nice fish, that was. Definitely a decent fish. Again. Oh, I don't know what's going on. So that's two hounds I've dropped now. Really nice fish that was as well. Properly stopped me on the way in. Smaller hooks, I know, but it was well hooked. I mean, I can feel it, you know. Maybe I bullied it too much. Gonna go and have a quiet little word to myself and come back and reassess. Oh, right, well, I've had a little word with myself and it's game on again now. Yeah, I'm a little bit miffed. I was a little bit miffed, but hey, I'm sure we can get another bite. But yeah, it felt like a really good fish. There's a couple of hounds. I'm sure it was a hound. Like I say, it was on my 2-hook flapper, so I mean, I have only got size 2s, I think, or maybe size 1 chinoos. I think they're size 1 chinoos actually. So it's not like it's a tiny hook, you know, it's well hooked. I got it pretty much all the way in. Mackerel head out there hasn't had much of activity, had a tiny little touch earlier, but nothing, so I'm going to bring that in. I've got a mackerel and squid wrap. I'm going to chuck that out. I'm going to change the bait on the right. They've both been sat out there now for a little while. The bait on the right hand side has been out there for maybe 20 minutes, so I am going to change it up. But yeah. Yeah, I was gutted to drop that one. I'm probably going to change one of my rigs. I'm going to upgrade it to some slightly bigger hooks. Still a 2-hook rig. I think I've got a Portsmouth loop rig that's got a panel on the bottom, so I'm probably going to use that. Yeah, beef it up a little bit, slightly bigger baits. There's obviously fish out there. I just need to try and get one. But yeah, fingers crossed. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yes. It's on the small hooks again. Well, we got something. We got something. Please stay on. I'm gonna be really, really gentle with it. Well, it's nodding. Come on. Think could be a hound. Yeah, it's definitely a hound. It's kiting, it's going up. Gonna have a look, it's in close. Ah, there we go. Oh, it's only a small one. But we managed to land one anyway. Beauty, nice little hound. I don't know, maybe 3, maybe 4 pounds or so on those little size ones. On my pop-up. Wicked. Chuffed. There we go. Finally landed a fish. Brilliant. It's not even the rod I was getting the bites on either. So let's get this back in. Let's get this other rig out. Yeah, I wanted to make sure I went really gentle with it that time. Again, it's only on these little, basically that's the hook it was on, the very top one. Very top hook on a 2 up, 1 down, with those little pop-up beads there, and just that tiny little, might even be a size 2 Chanel hook. But it worked. We got a fish out, finally. Yeah. Right. Oh, relax. Yeah, I think there's a few, like I say, I think there's a few hounds out there. But yeah, a couple of the other ones are definitely bigger than that one. But I will definitely take it. I'll show you that rig. I think I finished it. Yeah. Let's let me rig it up. So there, as you can see, I've got a nice piece of squid, decent sized piece of squid. There's a size 2.0 on the bottom there, 2.0 Aberdeen with a little 2.0 Chanel style, can't remember exactly what sort of hook it is. And then there's another piece of squid on the top, but because it's on that Portsmouth loop rig, means I can get 2 baits behind and clip it up. I haven't been using any clipped rigs for ages, in all honesty. So yeah, so we'll give that one a go. Gives me the ability to get 2 slightly bigger squid baits out there. Ah, chuffed. So happy to get a fish. So frustrating when you drop a couple, because you think it's going to be your only opportunity. You worry that it's going to be your only opportunity to actually land a fish. Not the biggest, but we'll definitely take it. Yeah, this is how a lot of my my sort of fish baits are coming back, like all just sort of bunched up, and that hook turned like quite a lot of the time. So I'm assuming it's probably just small congers maybe, but I don't really know. Could just be crabs as well, but the way that it keeps turning like that, the bait's pretty much perfect. Anyway, let's rebait it, get it back out. Oh, there we go. There we go. We're in again. Oh, hang on, what's going on here? It's coming in. There we go. There we go. Don't think it's massive. Yeah, it's really quite easy to reel. I don't know what it is. It's coming straight at me. You can see it. What is that? Little dog? A little dogfish. Well, I guess water temperature is obviously cooling down a little bit now. There we go. Yeah, water temperature is obviously cooling down a little bit. I mean, we've still got all the summer species, but obviously we're starting to get some of the winter stuff in as well. But a little dogfish. So at least we've managed to bank 2 so far. Let's chuck this one back in. Thought I might have been getting a knock on that one as well then. As one of my go-to channels that I watch all the time quite often says, even when the fishing isn't that great, we're out fishing and we're catching fish, and I'm having a really good time with it, so can't be bad. Crikey. Well, this weather's taken a little bit of a turn. There's a few spots of rain and the wind is picked right up massively easterly now. Considering I got down here and it was like glass, it was so still, there's not a breath of wind. And now that wind's picked right up. You never know, I mean, it might switch the fishing on, you know. Some of the things you do read, it does say, you know, if there's a sudden drop in pressure or the wind suddenly changes direction, it can really sort of change your session. I suppose it could work the other way as well, it could just switch it off, but we'll see. We'll stick it out for a bit. I am getting quite hungry though. I'm going to change over that Pompey loop brig because I'm quite surprised actually it hasn't gone. I thought it would have, but there we go. Oh, hello, what's on here? That's got to be... What have we got going on here? This is well heavy. I think I've got fish on here. Oh, it's coming in really easy now, but it wasn't a minute ago. Little snot bag. I've got a fish on. Little snot. There's me saying I'm surprised I didn't get a fish on it. It's well heavy to begin with. Oh yeah. There we go. Third species of the night. Little strap conger. Must have just been sat on it. Right. Little slime balls, aren't they? But it's a fish. It's a real shame we didn't land those other two earlier. Well, three actually I've lost, but two I would have said were a reasonable size. But it's all right. We've had a couple. Got a nice big whole squid going out there now. Let's see if there's something bigger. That was really heavy when I started reeling that in. I was keeping it quiet, but I really thought it might have been a ray because it was really heavy. I think it just must have been a whole bunch of weed on there. Ah, damn it. Been fishing over there all night and not lost the rig. I've been catching it a couple of times on the way in. But yeah, that time, fish on as well. Locked into it. Really gutted. Oh, anyway, not doing too bad. Try and get another one. I've literally got one squid left, so I've got two fresh baits out there. I've got the whole squid, and I've got the Pompey loop brig out there. I've got one squid left. I have still got a whole mackerel, but I don't know. I wasn't getting much luck on it earlier, so I probably won't use it. I'll save it for another time. So difficult at the moment because there is a little bit of weed. It's only a bit of eelgrass. No, that's a bite. It's on my heavier rod as well. Oh yeah, it's taking line. Have a look. Yeah, another little strap, tiny little strap. I'll just get this one straight back in before it totally ruins my... Oh, too late. Too late, you just did it, didn't you? There you go. Much the same size. Much the same size as the other one. Only a little one. Oh, I thought it was going to be a better fish. Totally ruined my rig. So let's have a look, see if we can sort it out. Well, there we are, that's the last cast out. I'm going to quickly check this left-hand one. That tide's definitely turned now because my left-hand one has swung round to the left. I did have a nice bite on it a minute ago. Likewise, it could have been weed just going down the line, but it's very close to that pier, so I'm going to bring it in, have a quick look, see if I can actually get it back for a start. Oh, I can, but it's heavy, but I think it's because it's got weed on it. It's just gone light. Yeah, that's right. We got it. I was a bit worried because it's so close to that pier. Yeah. God, I thought it was into a fish though. Oh, I think I actually might be into a fish. I am into a fish. Oh, another strap. That's it, congers have definitely come out. Strap conger, deep joy. Last two casts are out. I've cast them both up tight a little bit, and they seem to be holding, but I haven't cast them out very far. But yeah, I used all that squid up. Like I say, I have got that mackerel, but I think I'm going to knock it on the head. Like I say, the tide is definitely turning now, so it does make it really difficult to fish in the Solent on an ebb and tide, and it is quite a decent sized tide as well. We'll see if we can't get one more. Like I say, last three fish I've had have all been little strap congers, so. Yeah, so we'll give these maybe 10-15 minutes, start having to tidy up, and yeah, hopefully we'll get one more. Well, there we are, we're all packed up, and as always, the last thing to go in the box is the camera. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one. Like I say, I haven't been fishing for over 2 weeks. I really enjoyed it. I was gutted to miss those fish early on, and you know, you do that thing where you think, oh, I hope that's not the only chance I'm going to get. But we did manage to get a couple more. So yeah, it was cool. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I had a few strap congers, a dogfish, and a smooth hound. So it's not too bad. Could have been a lot better if I'd landed those other fish, but that's how it goes sometimes. I'll learn from my mistakes. Old rigs, maybe my hooks weren't that sharp. Certainly the first one I lost because I'd cast too close to each other, but that's how it goes sometimes. Anyway, so like I say, I hope you enjoyed. If you've made it this far and you haven't already subscribed, please do. It doesn't cost anything at all. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one, which will be a comp. So yeah, next one I'll put up will be a match. So hopefully I'll do all right. Like I say, I've missed the last one, so I'm a little bit gutted. I haven't moved down any places. I'm still 6th in the table, but I've certainly need a few more points to try and gain on the top 5. But until the next one, please take care, stay safe, and maybe I'll see you out there. Cheers.